So Apple had an event last week called the WWDC, which is the Worldwide Developer Conference or Worldwide Developers Conference. And at this conference, they usually talk about the new softwares and software updates they have for their devices. And look, when it comes to software, there are some things Apple are complete masters of, and some other things that actually make me question like how long they've been in the smartphone business. But before we get to that, let's see what new things they brought to the table this time. I'm Michelle Manuel, and welcome to Tech Haven. So without boring you to death, let's do a short rundown of all the new things they released. iOS 16 came with a couple of features, but most notably their new customizable lock screen, and also a couple of updates with iMessage, and also now there's haptics with the keyboard and some other things as well. For watchOS, as usual, they just released some new health features and those things. With macOS Ventura, they introduced this weird stage manager, which is like window management, which is still terrible, but anyway. And they also added the ability for you to use your iPhone as a webcam, which I think is pretty neat. On iPadOS, they also did the stage manager thing, which I think looks weird, but we'll see if it comes out. And they also released the M2 chip and put it in the slightly redesigned MacBook Air. They also put the M2 chip inside their MacBook Pro, which has the same design for the past 4 years. I don't get it. But anyway, as I was this, I realized something, right? Anytime there's an Android versus iOS argument, for some reason, the Android folks like to always mention one thing, and that thing is customization. In every single argument I've seen with Android and iOS, Android folks always mention customization. And rightly so. I mean, if you watch my video on who copies who, you realize that almost every new smartphone innovation actually came from an Android phone. The first multiple camera, the first portrait mode, the first ultra-wide camera, the first night mode, OLED screens, wireless charging, high refresh rate, widgets, the fingerprint sensor, and look, I could go on forever. And all these innovations actually came from Android phones. But even with all this, still Android fans like to come up with the customization argument first. And I began to think about why. But now here we are. Apple is also adding customization to iOS. It's late, but they kind of still added it. A couple of years ago, they added widgets, which finally allowed iOS users to differentiate between their phones a little bit. I mean, for almost 10 years, almost every iPhone user's lock screen looked exactly the same. But now they've updated it, which is a welcome change. But even with all this, Apple is still a far cry from Android in terms of customization, and it's not even close, like not at all. I mean, changing your wallpaper, adding limited widgets, and customizing your lock screen are about the only customization options you have for iOS. But if you want to talk about customizing your Android phone, I could talk for ages. You could even make your phone look like a desktop if you wanted. On Android, once you can think about what to do with your phone, there's probably an app somewhere that can do it. But still, it's baby steps for our iOS friends. At least they now have the option to change and personalize their phone if they want to, right? But as time goes on, there will be way less things Android users will have against iOS. Because at the moment, there are so many sweet things going for iPhones that Android users have no idea of and will probably never get to enjoy. A few of them will be the AirDrop, iMessage, the seamless device integration, and the best-in-class video quality. And still the best overall camera experience in my opinion. But that will be a story for another day. So, I mean, Apple is introducing all these things and it's a welcome change, and I'm happy they are. I feel like in a couple of years, when they make a fully customizable iOS device, I really don't know what Android users will have against them, because now almost everything iOS does it better, unfortunately. Like, I don't like to admit it, but I think it's true. They have the overall best camera experience, best video, most powerful chips. Display, they might not be the best. I mean, it's still a preference, but they're still one of the best, like top 3, definitely. And some other things as well. So at the moment, I am beginning to question my choices and my allegiance. But that's a story for another day. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share with friends and family. Almost half of our viewers haven't subscribed, and I'm wondering why. But if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, share with friends and family, and I'll see you very soon in our next video, which I think would be pretty interesting. Bye bye.